There is so much to talk about on this primary election night. On the results, 13 on your side political reporter Josh Alburtus has been watching everything since the polls closed at 8 o'clock. He joins us now with an update. Josh.
And one of the biggest things to still talk about, Juliet, is the still contested race for the Democratic primary for U.S. Senate, especially compared to some of the most recent polling. This is a very, very close race so far, with about half of votes statewide expected to come in have been reported. Dr. Abdul El-Sayed, seen as the more progressive persona in this race, is leading with about 49.9% of the vote over Congresswoman Haley Stevens at about 46.4%. She's seen as the more moderate persona in this race, and what is part of this larger national narrative over, establishment versus anti-establishment many see in the fight for the identity of the Democratic Party. And we still do not have a final call here, and there is still much at play here tonight, especially when we look at these are the overall leads in each of our counties. The teal green color is representing where Congresswoman Haley Stevens currently has her lead, and the magenta color is where Dr. Abdul El-Sayed is currently leading. But what we are seeing is that a lot of this comes down to Detroit. This is what we've been watching for quite a while now tonight. Detroit and its Wayne County, perhaps the biggest, what we are expecting to be one of the biggest pots of Democratic votes of the night. This bubble represents all of the votes that are expected to be counted that have not yet been counted, and Wayne County is the largest bubble there. Where are these votes coming from? Well, Haley Stevens is really being buoyed, it seems, by this largest bubble of votes that have been recorded so far. That is in Oakland County, north of Detroit. That is Congresswoman Stevens' home turf. That is where her congressional district is. She was expected, if she wanted to have a good showing statewide, she wanted to win in a place like Oakland County. And with a lot of those reported results in, about 89% of the vote in Oakland County, and she is still leading by a few percentage points. And what really has been the wild card here tonight has been, as I said, Wayne County, Detroit's Wayne County. You notice that bubble is still pretty small. That's because only about a quarter of the votes that are expected out of Wayne County have been counted. About 74% are still not counted. And when we got a large vote dump from Wayne County in just the last few minutes or just the last hour or so, that really changed the dynamic of this race and really tightened it between Dr. El-Sayed and Congresswoman Stevens. The race tightened very much when we got a big dump out of Wayne County. So we are going to continue to see. Right now, she is ahead by almost 20% here, with about a quarter of the vote in, and we're going to see if that lead continues. But Wayne County is really going to be the biggest question here tonight and could tip this race, with how close it is right now, on a dime. Juliet.
All right, Josh. Once again, we are waiting to see if they're going